Continuing with the future research questions that we had, we wanted to know if PECS was found to be an intervention method with a high acquisition rate in adults. If adults do not have the ability to master PECS as effectively as children do, it will not be an effective intervention for them. We also wanted to know if PECS was useful when implemented in older adults without any previous exposure to the method. If these adults need previous exposure, for example, in childhood or in some other form of therapy or intervention, for PECS to be useful for them, it may not be a viable intervention method if they have not already had that exposure. Another thing that would be very vital to know in our research is whether or not PECS is useful with an adult who needs a broad vocabulary to function in the workplace. The system of PECS uses picture communication, and it can be a phrase-based method of communication more so than a word-based method. Imagine an adult carrying a giant binder of all of these different pictures and symbols to function and make sure that they have the vocabulary that they need to function in the workplace. If it is not an effective method of intervention for an adult who is working and needs a broad vocabulary, then it will not be easy to implement in an adult. Are other interventions proven to be more effective with adults based on previous skill sets? One of the things that we looked at and found in our research was that there are certain skill sets that predispose people to being effective using PECS. If these adults have these skill sets, would PECS be more effective? That's one of the most important questions that we need to know. The last question is whether or not other interventions are proven to be more effective in adults based on types of frequent communication. This goes along with the idea that adults are working in the workplace, they need a broad vocabulary, they're also frequently communicating in a variety of different settings. Will PECS be useful in all of these different settings and be adaptable enough for adults to use no matter where they are? Once all of these questions are answered, we're going to have a much better idea of how effective PECS can be in adults aged over 23.